epic intro. And we are back, and
Ooh,
where
yes,
we
we
left off. Well, now we're back, are we?
Yes. No,
Now
we're back. We're back. No, we're back.
We're
We
back.
were back, but now we're more back.
Okay,
Like,
right.
now we're back.
Yeah.
So where we left off, you guys had just said or confessed that you're all gods, and everyone in the tavern, the bar of the Acorn, have turned around and they're all looking at you expectantly, and they're wanting to know why their village is now on the top of a mountain. And of course you have the answer.
And at that exact dramatic moment, I get up and put on my. I get up and stand
Now
on the table.
slightly taller.
Stand on the table, and I'm like, gather round, and I'll
Do you wanna
tell
make a roll?
you
Do you want to make
a
a roll
story
on that to
of the
get up on
time. Yes.
table? Okay.
What am I doing? Athletics? Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Stand on a table.
Yeah, make sure.
7.
Yes. Okay. So it takes you a little while to get up
You
on that
clamber.
table. So building drama. Building
Yeah.
drama.
Yeah. Then I
Just
start
imagine
saying,
he like gets up and does that thing where he's like his legs are hanging off the side and he kind of
Yeah,
flops his
scoot.
torso on and then kind of
Mounting a horse.
You have to
like a dwarf
scoot
trying to
yourself
mount a
up.
horse.
yeah.
Okay. It's not as cool as you pictured it in your head, but you're up there.
okay. And then I start singing. Now, I don't know the exact words. That's exactly how I like to do it, right? First,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
a bit of a Jack Black moment.
Your
Yeah,
character
I-
may be even better singer than you.
This is the greatest and best
so
song
much
in
so.
the world.
So I'm gonna local, beer me. And do you beer me?
Just throw a beer at him.
Aha! Now gather round, everyone, and let me tell you what's happened to your town.
Oh, they all gather.
Is there a band in this tavern?
Ooh. Yeah, let's say that a few minstrels are there and they begin to strike up a tune.
Excellent. Good.
Now gather round, and I'll tell you the story of your town. So I'm going to pull the sheriff up. The sheriff here will help me.
Okay, could you make an athletics roll?
See if you can pull the halfling up on the table with
Because
you.
this is a very difficult situation.
So I did 14.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, he's in chainmail, so it's tricky. But you managed to
Also
kind of
very
awkwardly get him up onto
Okay.
the table. He wasn't expecting it.
It's just chainmail.
You lift him up by his chain.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You get him up onto the table, and he's like, okay. Yes, I'm all right.
The band
Now
has laid down
imagine.
a beat for you.
Yes. Now imagine our gods fighting above you for the
Am I
power.
still supposed to be up here?
Yes. You're coming. Just smile and
Okay.
start dancing. You know how to do it. Anyway, so as I was
What's-
saying,
What a reputation.
yes, you do, my son. So there were gods above us, fighting for the making of fighting for the dear lives of all you mortal people.
Was
That
that you
was-
guys?
Well, no, not this time. I look at the others and start
What?
laughing. Oh, good. Yeah, no. Anyway, so
Well, come on, everybody. Everyone laughs, forced laugh.
now, your town has been selected. You've been called by the gods. All we need is you to help us. And not only will you get the favor of the gods, like you've got now, I bet, hey? And I point to all the people with pigs under their arms, who are the farmers.
Wow.
Yes.
75% of the population right
Yeah.
now all
Yeah.
coincidentally have
Look, can I
pigs
have a
under their arm. Yeah. Okay.
I'm speaking, I know my audience. I'm reading the room, right?
Yep.
I'm like, you think that's bountiful? Well, you've got nothing. Once you help us with our quest, this place, well, that'll be the skinny pig. And I point to the fattest pig. And I said,
Oi.
not the farmer, the pig. Ha ha ha. And then everyone's like, oh,
Everyone laugh.
because he was very round himself. And I say,
He hasn't been having trouble with his weight.
You should see
It's
the
a gland
pigs.
issue. It's a gland issue.
He's just big boned. Look at him. Give him a beer. Give him a beer. Anyway, so if you could help us with this quest, not only will this town be remembered for all time, it will be the most and bestest farming village the world has
the band-
ever seen.
The band look desperately at you. Do we need to keep playing?
Do it again. You keep it going.
That's right. Excellent.
Cycle it through.
Yeah, no, from the top.
All right, I'm going to give you a performance roll with advantage.
Can I pat myself on my own back and give myself guidance?
Oh, I don't know. Can you? Is that a thing that you
think
can
that-
do?
I
Cast
think
it on yourself?
touch
I have
one
no idea.
willing creature. I'm willing to touch my. I mean,
You nearly walked right into that.
Words of
nearly,
the
but you know why I did it?
I'm
'Cause I
always
had
touch
guidance.
night. That'll be
Okay.
up on YouTube.
All right, perform it.
You click the plus, by the way.
17.
You don't need to just. Yeah.
17.
Plus 1, 18, and then I get to roll with advantage. So whatever this is, plus 1. I'm going to take the 17.
Oh, good idea. That's
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Plus
'cause
1. 18. That's pretty good.
18. Everyone's like, yeah! What he said! Yeah!
And the church,
To the gods!
the
To
church is going to do
gods!
the next round of drinks is on her.
What? Yes! Yes!
Alastra!
Yes! Teostra! To Faradus! To Local!
And here is the man leading us, your sheriff, the divine sheriff of the gods. And I hold him up. The chosen one.
You lift him up.
I lift him up.
Are you going to lift? Yeah, like Ben's doing?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
lift him up like this?
I'm going all in.
So
Athletic.
like you're a
Just sort of hugging
Sort of
him
like
from behind.
ice dancing, kind of like that.
Yeah,
I'm,
that's right.
can I go like
Like,
this?
lift him
I'm gonna try and lift him up. I'm gonna be like local. I'm just gonna give him the wink, like, come on, give me a hand. And it's just, I just need you to help me lift him up.
I just give him a hand.
Okay, yeah, easily. You don't need to roll. Easily,
Don't need to roll.
easily goes up. Excellent. So, Halma. Yes, to me. Yes, I'm the sheriff. Yes. What am I doing?
You have been
They don't know the
chosen.
music, so they stop.
Wait, what are we doing? I've forgotten.
That's okay.
Yes.
You have been faithful.
All right.
You will live
The drinks
forever.
are all around, even though it's fairly early in the morning. Everyone's merrily drinking, and then you eventually put Halma down. Well, that was a fine speech. Well done. I can see why you've come to our village, and I look forward to the fat pigs
Oh,
and all the blessings that you're bringing. And is it true? Is that what you've done? You're going to bring blessings on the whole town.
yes.
Well, he clutches, Nathan, you notice he clutches something under his shirt.
For those that are loyal.
And I have been.
Yeah, some people, they didn't believe as much as you do, did they?
Well then there's no need to go higher up in the mountains then, is there? Well,
No.
you're all down here and everything's great, and why there's no need to look into all the problems up there. Everything's fine.
But alas, the quest does not ask for the easy path. It asks for the hard. That's why you were chosen.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
The quest to the mountain is why you were chosen. Come with us.
What?
We need to prepare.
What? What are you talking about? Hey, you're the gods. What?
For some of them, we need to go find our friend.
Come again?
Yep. We come again. We have.
What?
Second time.
I'm sorry.
Second coming.
I feel like maybe something's been lost in translation.
There are evil portents and signs, and we must travel the journey together to find the truth and to find salvation for our town, lest the darkness which would consume us succeed.
You're caught in a war, you're caught in a war, young lad. Between good and evil.
You saw those. Yes, you saw those great beasts in the sky.
Aye.
We need people to believe and to travel with us.
Oi,
To
what
give-
was that giant thing? Looked like a man falling from the sky.
Yes.
What was that all about exactly?
Who's one of the gods we haven't
This-
spoken
this-
about yet? A good one.
This is a mystery that we must unravel.
But you don't know who it is, right? But
It is hidden and clouded. Why?
Don't worry, it's
Things
a
are
god
like they
thing.
are.
it's a god. It's a god thing. But you don't actually know.
Not everything is revealed at
Knowing,
all times.
yeah. Then you go alongside that, like, knowing and
Not
believing are
even-
very two different things.
I'm a bit confused. But okay, right. Knowing and
Also-
believing are two different things.
I still need shoes.
Aye, the shoes. Yes. Where is Delmuth? Delmuth, where are ya? We need shoes for a god. Aye, break out your finest pig skin and let's get to cracking. Delmuth, the man with the fattest pig, comes over and it measures you up for shoes.
What, the pig?
Yeah, he has the finest pig, and he's also happens to be the man who makes boots.
Does
And,
Delmuth have a
yeah.
strange and witty thing for puns? So he said, get cracking. He's like, you mean crackling?
He just looks a little hurt that you called him fat. So he's like, oh, yeah, okay. And he measures your feet and doesn't make eye contact with you. And then
I enjoy the attention.
he's actually dressed quite nicely. He's also the tailor. He mumbles something about, I could probably get you some nicer clothes too if you want, my lady.
This would be most welcome.
I like
At the
it.
moment I am in the guise of someone poor and ragged, but this is a part of my journey, I feel.
Yeah, that's all right. I can probably get you some stuff, some if you want to.
Can I?
Your good deeds will not be forgotten.
My late wife was around your size. Not your beauty, of course, but around your size. I will fetch some clothes that will not be suitable for you, of course, but they may all have to do for now.
Yeah, it's just like one of those girls on Instagram who's just done the how old does your face look, and if they're 13, it's just said like I'm 18, and if I'm like 28, it's just said that I'm 16. And so which it's pretty much the same expression.
I'm gonna.
Niche
Can I?
reference.
That is such a niche reference.
I'm gonna give him guidance for making the stuff. So I'm just gonna
Oh wow.
I'm gonna
He
just.
kind of shies away from you because you fat shamed him, but
I didn't fat shame him.
Yeah.
That was the other guy.
You fat shamed his pig.
Yeah,
He took it the wrong way.
It's a fat pig.
I've got to be awkward. Yeah, I see it's a bit. I didn't
Can I
understand
say?
the awkward. That's
Can you
what I
imagine
was-
being the pig? Like one night you're looking up the sky. There's two guys up there, and then boom, you're fat.
yeah.
And then someone turns you into shoes. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Class.
Yeah.
No, I go on and I
life
give him.
is not fair.
I say, you're not the big one. He's been a bit of an ass. And I just pat him on the shoulder. Say, you're fine. Look at this. You're a fine man. And I give him
You
guidance.
You slap him on his hefty shoulder.
Yeah.
Can I just say it's cool? It's really actually very interesting. Sorry, is it alright if I interrupt?
Yeah.
Yes, he's taking a sip now. It's we really are starting to behave more and more like Marvel kind of heroes who've lost kind of the vision of why we're here or what's meant to be going on, and we're actually behaving kind of nicely, selfishly, kind of just winging the situation, and the sort of disregard for what actually might be happening or the fate of these people it's really, really cool. I love it so much. It's like, this could all go horribly wrong, which is great, and we're just really not taking responsibility or anything. It's great. We're sort of just, we find ourselves here. Hey, there's bacon. Like, I'm gonna selfishly manipulate the situation to get myself shoes and nicer clothes. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm doing that.
Well, I told him
cool.
he's on a mission from the
gods
god
at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's right. But there's like obviously a little bit of growth. At some point that needs to happen in our attitude to the universe and ourselves.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
You are able to get a pair of boots, and they are actually quite supple because they're made from pigskin.
But no material
and
that we totally know makes shoes, right? 100%. Yes.
I'm sure it makes shoes. Yeah, sure.
I'm googling
Who knows?
pigskin shoes, and I think there may be a thing.
Oh, good. Don't Google pork skin. I think that would be weird.
Okay.
I would like bacon shoes. What size?
So
Bacon.
Delmeth brings you in some of the clothing, and you can get changed in your room. The clothing is simple and fine, and it looks nice enough, but it's fairly common peasant clothing. It's not the nicest thing in the world, but it's okay.
Okay.
But, yeah.
She's all right.
He obviously didn't dress his wife as nicely as he dressed himself.
Can I just say, it's like, at least you're not covered in shit.
That's right. Exactly. Or my own vomit, or both simultaneously.
And you are dressed for the current
Winter?
weather as well right now,
the
instead of
current
like
weather.
boiling hot in a winter.
Just in
coat.
case reality returns to normal.
Yeah.
I keep the jacket because
that's probably a good idea.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And there is an expedition getting sorted for to head out. So you guys can make preparations yourselves. You can get your meal if you want to, or
yes, Aostra has kind of a short sword or something, doesn't she? They took off some of the things.
Your sword changed, didn't it?
Yes. That's right, to a rapier. My sword.
Yeah.
Do I have the sword from the church?
Yeah.
That's
I think
right.
it transformed into a rapier.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was so cool.
Yeah.
So I've got a sword, I've got boots and actual clothes, and also a big jacket, which is good. We've got our mule is still all right, is it? It's still parked at the front of the church.
It is fit and healthy.
Excellent.
It is plump. It is rested. It looks good.
What's happened to the body that we're accompanying here? And for that matter, Eustace. We haven't seen any sign of Eustace at all.
No,
Yeah.
I think we're pretty happy to pretend that those characters can appear and disappear at will.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So maybe that can be
Including-
something we deal with at a later date.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, that's good. So Eustace has gone missing even since our previous sessions. Cool. Okay.
All right.
So are we going we're going on a journey up the mountain? Is that the intention?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, there. As you even
least
look
the
up there,
cliff
you
face.
can see that there are
Yeah.
storm clouds up there. Everywhere else, it seems like is blue sky, but above the mountain, there is still storm clouds.
Oh,
And
one more thing before we
it
leave.
looks unhappy. Go for
One
it.
more thing before we leave. Am I able to get some armor? Just basic chainmail and a hammer?
You can get a hammer for sure. The only chainmail in town is halfling sized and belonging to the sheriff.
So if he were to die,
If he were to die, you were to lose a lot of weight and
love it.
size.
I spend most of the session trying to angle for shoes, and then just before we go on our mission, Nathan's like, "Oh crap! Can I have some really expensive armor and a weapon as well?"
yeah,
But you can
I
definitely get a hammer from the blacksmith.
as the tank of the group, on my armor 11, I'm thinking that I can't really tank. I'll grab
should we
a
do?
shield and a hammer.
Yeah, you can get a shield
Cool.
and a hammer for sure. This is building your character.
It is piece by piece.
I'll get
So
there.
spring is nice here.
Hammer.
Spring is nice here in town, and everything looks fine. And there's bacon, and there's a weird cook, and everything seems fairly stable, except there are storm clouds up above.
There are fierce storm clouds that seem to be around the peaks of the mountain.
Well, that might be just normal.
Yeah, except that they've been there the entire time and haven't moved. And every time you look up at it, you feel something shift in them. Like I said, when you first looked up at them, that there was something strange about them that you sense on a more spiritual level.
Okay, so some small part of our little hearts is thinking, well, that mightn't be good, and this situation might be headed for something bad.
When you feel, as I said at the start, you feel like a sense of energy course through you here in town. But when you look up at the storm clouds at the top, it's almost like the opposite. You feel the opposite.
We must journey now, upwards and onwards.
If there really is something strange going on, we should determine what it is. Prevent bad things happening to these townsfolk. They have been kind to us. Is your hammer sufficient, Paradis?
That'll do. I just swing it in the air and was like, yeah. I actually mend it. I'll just use mending on it. It wasn't really that good, but I fixed it back up.
That's cool. So we can travel to the edge of town, and then is there a road that goes up into the mountain,
there's a winding, almost like a goat track that goes up into the mountains. It's a little wider than a goat track, enough to, if you want to take your mule up there, you can. Though you probably have enough supplies that you could just do it with backpacks. Yeah, but there's no real need to take a mule.
Yeah.
Was there a mountain there before? Like, was it a mountain and then it's all lifted up, or was there no mountain there at all?
Completely flat. This whole area is new.
Okay, so can I do stonecraft here?
Nathan, you wanted to do, I was going to say you wanted to do a check.
Yeah, so I can do stonecraft.
Yeah, so as you go up towards it, you start to feel, you start to see that the spring transitions into autumn, and the leaves start to fall and turn red. And as you reach the mountain side itself, the grasses are browned, and the wind picks up, tossing the leaves around. You touch the side of the mountain and you feel the coldness of the stone, Nathan, and you reach out towards it. Is there a roll, or is this an intuitive kind of thing that you
it's a history with
as a dwarf?
It's a history. History with with I get double my proficiency bonus on it. And
great.
If I go and I'm going to give myself guidance, that means plus D4.
Yep. Because you're willing to touch. Excellent.
Yes. So then I add, so that's 16 plus 2, 18.
18. So you're looking for the age of the mountain.
And also because there's road there, I'd like to know who made the stones. Like, is it cut stones, and how it was made by like divine, like is it recently cut, like all that kind of, the history of the stones essentially.
All right. When you reach out and touch the mountain, you feel a cry. You feel a sharp pain go through you, and you get a sense that you are standing. That this mountain is alive. That you are standing on what is essentially something that is alive.
Could I do one more thing then?
The mountain itself has stood as long as time, and this mountain has always been here. This mountain will always be here, and as you touch the mountain itself, you feel the sense of you feel it crumbling as it's being gnawed at, as time crumbles it. So you get this sense of it always being here, but at the same time you feel entropy just biting away at it constantly right now, and that sense of pain attacking it. And this sense of this coldness hits your heart and eats away at it.
Ugh.
And we see that reaction.
Yeah,
I suppose,
Nathan crumples, like he convulses in on himself. His hand is still reaching out towards the mountain, and it's still on it. Did you want to say something else, Nathan?
Yeah, I just want to do. Could I do divine sense and sense the location of a celestial around me within 60 feet?
Sure. Is that a roll or is that just straight up?
That's straight up.
Yep. So you sense that you are surrounded by a celestial, and you also get echoes from two people near you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, close.
But they are like echoes.
What are you all right, Faradis? What do you sense?
This is. Now, I'm going to do a religious check to see. I'm going to touch myself. Touch guidance on me. I'm going to do a religious
How many times
check.
do you do this, guys? Oh my
It's at
god!
will.
Is it like every?
It's a
at
cantrip.
will? This is seriously cool.
Yeah, it's like the
Such a
best.
good
It's like
power.
one
How
of
does
the
it
best.
manifest for you?
Touching. No, like
That's like, what is it? How do you perceive it as a dwarf god?
I perceive it as like, like your intuition. It's like you just know how to do something a little bit better. It's kind of like that, but like you feel just a little bit more confident on terms of what the intuition, if it's good or bad. So you can kind of make a better decision on different stuff. That's how I see it. So it's kind of like somebody just dashing the needle a bit to the right way.
Yeah. Johnny and Ben, you notice dwarvish runes glow on Nathan's back.
And I'm going to do a religious check to see if I know that celestial feeling I had was.
Okay. Yep. This is going to be a difficult role for you currently.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. What is it? What is your total roll for it?
20.
20? Okay. You know of it in many names. It goes by many names. Some call it spring. Some call it the old man of the forest. Some call it the green man. Some call it Father Mountain. But it has existed as long as the seasons have turned, and you sense a powerful celestial, but you sense that its time has come. Something has fallen.
I pass this on to all my crew.
As your hand
taking the
drifts
situation a bit more serious.
away, you feel it suddenly get pulled back onto the rock, and it starts to freeze onto the rock. You guys see ice start to creep down like spider webs of ice, and it touches.
Pull him off.
Yeah, it touches Nathan. It touches Faradis's fingers, and it's like sticking your tongue to it. It freezes his fingers to the rock, and Nathan, you sense another celestial, and you feel something else is present there, and a whisper of cold and ice and winter come as well.
I'm going to.
And you sense that strong presence of conflict and power come over you as well. Something else has fallen too. Something else has come.
I'm stuck there now, am I?
Your hand is stuck there. You're in the moment of it all. So I'm going to pass it over to Ben and Johnny to
so we
act.
see him sort of suddenly struggle, and we're like, we think he's being sucked in or touched, so we quickly touch him as well. But does that let that sense flow through him to us?
Yeah, you get a sense of it too, because you touch the glowing runes on his back, and you get a sense of that same power from it. So you get an insight of exactly that. At first, the mountain, and then the touch of winter, that comes after it.
And who is the god of winter?
That you don't get yet. You don't get that sense from it, but you do get an overwhelming sense of menace creeping down through it, like a numbness coming through your fingers.
Does Faradis look distressed by this feeling? Like, do I
he
see
freezes.
anything?
It's like a numbing sensation. His fingers freeze to it, and he starts to numb. Like it's that sense of cold just takes him.
And I can see like the ice moving down the rock.
Yeah, the ice
into his hand.
This insidious creeping sensation comes down his fingers.
I'm gonna strike the rock to kind of shatter the ice. To see if I can
try and
kind
break
of
that connection between the two.
break the connection. Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you using to do that?
My fist. My very large fist.
Yeah.
Some might call it I'm attacking with the
for
trunk.
Ooh, 24 to hit.
24. Well, you definitely smash it. The rock around it just cracks and splinters into dust where you hit it. And Nathan, you feel that connection just break.
And I'm pulling him back.
And you wrap your arms around Ben and you pull back with him, and he falls back with you as Johnny breaks it, and he falls back, and you're on your back, and you've got him wrapped around you. He feels so cold in your arms, Ben, and you've got him. His hands are freezing.
I'm
Johnny,
rubbing
your
his hands and
hand aches, and it's that cold that
Here we
hurt
go
that
again.
you originally, that wound that you had earlier. You feel that same pain come back into your hand.
Not this again.
Welcome, Ben. You're welcome.
I'm like,
Are you all right, Faradis? It took hold of you.
Yeah, you come back into yourself, Nathan. Your hands are just frozen in, and yeah, you're shaking.
There's some darkness there.
Yeah. The mountain is spring. He's losing.
Losing? But spring is eternal. Spring is the power of renewed life. Vigorous youth. Replacing decay. Spring cannot fall.
Well, then we have a problem. I'm going to lay hands on the other hand. Be like, like the best moment to high five oneself is to lay hands on the other hand.
Oh, that's hilarious. Excellent. Yeah, you call on the strength of your realm to heal you, and you draw up the power from the mountain and you feel that warmth slowly starting to return to your fingers. But the cold remains somewhere in you, like it's touched your essence, and you.
Can we have one of the things on my back? It's
Turns
now got
blue.
frost. No, it's got like frost marks coming out of it. Like the frost is in the rune.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Why can you still cast magic things and I can't do any of the things that... Well, maybe I'm not a god after all.
Well, I don't have armor.
Maybe
You've
you're
got
just a
shoes.
person too. This is a very strange situation. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you could try harder. Here, let me show you. And I go along and give her guidance. I'm like, do a spell. It's not Maelstrom.
Well, inspiring speech.
No, actually, on that note, can I actually go along and like when I touch her and like give her a bit of the essence that was given to me, like the spark that I got that lit up my ruins? Can I transfer that across?
You feel so hollow right now that at this moment the feeling of wanting to guide people anywhere you're a hollow shell right at this moment.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so all you feel like you want to do is be in front of a warm fire. So
if only we had a person that could give me a warm fire.
Inspiring anyone? Like mechanically, yes, you could do it, but yeah, right now you're like,
no, I understand.
So cold,
so
Should we
cold.
Venture further up to
We have to.
see what is causing this.
We've got a battle on our hands.
But how can we go up if we can't touch the mountain?
I go along and point to the path. He's given us away.
Don't touch it with your bare skin, maybe.
That's why there's stones.
The people,
I try and
the
take
people
a
around you, just to let you know, there are actually other people.
Humans, the mortals.
They've watched you in awe at this whole thing, and they're more convinced than ever that you're gods. Yeah.
I take a tentative step, and now that I've suddenly noticed there's humans, I try to do it in a very kind of like following my epic destiny kind of a way.
Yeah, cool.
Gotta keep up.
And do I explode into like a snow thing, grab me, and I dissolve and scream in pain, or do I just my step just land on the path?
You land on the path, and it seems like all of this came out of the channeling that was happening, and you're able to step on, and you're okay. Johnny, the ache in your hand seems to retreat, although there's still a sense of that ache that never seems to go away fully, but it's functional, it's there, but you feel like, again, the essence of it remains.
Like the echo.
Yeah.
I bravely follow the diminutive Eostra up.
I walk boldly, or
All
I
right.
try to, because I'm not really feeling bold, but I try and pretend that I'm feeling bold.
The boots serve you well. The pigskin boots serve you well as you head up the mountain. The dry leaves of the path give way to a light dusting of snow as you slowly make your way up higher and higher. The wind picks up, and the chill fills the air as it gets colder and colder, heading on higher and higher. The path, it becomes rockier and more difficult to traverse the higher up you go, and it's and the bitter chill becomes more difficult to tolerate. The air seems to suck the warmth out of your lungs, and the biting chill burns your lips and cracks them. Soon your eyebrows and eyelashes are caked with ice, and your hair is a white powder, and your clothes are heavy with dustings of snow. The humans behind you, the people behind you, the common folk, keep up with you fairly well. They seem to be going okay. Even the halfling trudging behind in your footsteps, like the hobbits of old, seem to do okay as you push your way through any snow drifts. I think Lork will probably forging the path ahead as Eostra moves back slightly to let Lork push through first. As you move up the path and up through the mountains, and the mists and the snow swirling around you makes visibility a little bit harder, you hear the sounds of what you think are cries of pain and strikes of blows higher up. It might just be the wind up this high, but you think you make out the sounds of voices too on the breeze. You hear what could almost be whispers coming down to you through the winds, speaking words to you. And if you want to make a listen roll or a perception, I'm not sure, you can
perception audio,
do that. Yeah.
Thirteen.
17.
17?
Perception. 3.
3. Awesome.
Don't worry, I'm back on form,
Nathan, you're not really sure. You're not really sure what words are happening. Ben, you think words like sentences, full sentences almost, saying things like, go back to your own dominion. You are not welcome in this realm. Johnny, you think you hear things like, stay back. You are not welcome here. But you don't hear any kind of godly words throughout it all. But Ben, you definitely hear things like, this realm is not yours.
And I don't recognize the voice or anything.
It's an icy kind of voice that whispers on the wind that cuts your ears.
She's just so confused. It's so cool. She doesn't know what's going on.
As you climb higher up in the mountains, I'm going to get you to make a climb roll to be able to keep your footings on the more steeper parts of the ice.
What's a climb roll? That would be athletics.
So athletics. Yeah.
That'd be an athletics roll.
13.
20. Not natural 20, but
23. I'm a dwarf.
So
Yeah.
Lorcal and Faradis, you are both you both hold your footings pretty well. Obviously, Faradis, mountains are where your people have been over the centuries, and Lorcal, you've lived in the highlands and know something of snow and ice. But Eostra, this is new to you. This is not something that you are a summer child and something of of fair living, and so this is not something that you are used to. And so as the ice and snow whips around you and your feet start to go numb, even with your fantastic pigskin boots, you feel your feet losing that sensation of grip, and you start to slip and slide.
I'm just
down.
basically grabbing Lorcal's big coats and hugging onto his leg and holding his sleeve.
Do you want to try and make a quick dex roll to be able to catch him?
And catch her. Just a normal dex check.
Yeah, unless you can find something else you want to use.
That's your saves are better.
9. I don't know.
So you feel yourself sliding down. You slide past Lorcal. Faradis, you see Oster going past you. Do you want to try and make a check to catch her?
And she plunges off the edge
Or
of the
just
mountain,
wanna watch?
falls
Me?
4,000 feet and dies.
Yeah, I'll save her. I'll guidance myself and reach out.
Now,
I believe in me.
I was doing a bit of reading, and so one of the ways we can curtail overuse of guidance is if it's a sudden act, you don't have time to cast guidance. So if we've got plenty of time to think about it,
that's a good
focus,
point.
to pray to the Lord, like if I'm trying to pick a lock or something, or if we're about to do a performance, then yeah. But if you're having to react, you probably don't have time to also take an action to cast guidance as well. And that might help.
Yeah, that'll help. Fine, that'll do it. I'll go along and
to stop Nathan from abusing a roll.
That's right.
yeah, it's just yes. So it does yes, but I can do that now. What am I doing? Athletics, or am I doing? Sorry, which one did you want me to catch with?
I think it's just a pure dex check just to catch her.
18.
Unless your dex save is bigger. 18.
Oh,
Yes. 9.
Your hand whips out and you catch Eostra just as her feet dangle over the cliff.
I go,
and you pull her back.
I'm just like, come on, princess, stand up.
Never make that sound again. And yeah, you pull her back.
I'm so glad this was recorded and we can capture that sound. And I'm going to be like, come on, princess, don't be falling like that. It's not good for you. Stick to the track. You'll be fine.
Everyone's looking back, and Ben, as you get up off your knees, you notice that the villagers are all on their knees, and you can see they're all clutching pendants when they see you. And then they touch the sun to their heads, and then up at the sky.
Ben's got a cult.
Welcome to my cult.
It's not a cult if I really am a deity. I like the sun and the sword. I like that. The sun of the sun is like life and spring, and the sword is like justice. I like that. That could be my religion. Yes. Okay. Excellent. It was true.
Wait, are we talking to you or to your character?
Oh my gosh.
And this is where we saw Ben create his own cult.
That's right.
Makes sense.
That's right.
As you're pulling yourself up and you look up and you see this, and you look past them and you see up in the shadows of the mist of the clouds above, you see silhouettes of two giant beings fighting.
Let's just go
In
up
the-
there and
in the
stab
mist
them with
and the
our tiny
shadows.
swords.
And
Yeah, what's our end game here?
Well, I don't know. We're going to see what's wrong, and people expected us to do things.
you guys look past. You see what Ben's just like looking up with a shocked look, and you follow it, and you see up in the mist and the clouds that same kind of image in the clouds before the giant being was fighting. You see that same image up in the mist in the top peaks. As two beings seem to be fighting each other, and you can, I don't know how long you want to spend watching. Like, do you watch for a while, or
Down the bottom there was bacon and warmth. You know?
This is a bad plan.
you watch for a little bit?
Yep.
Yes.
But we got to
Okay.
keep going up.
As you watch for a little bit, you see one of the figures, because they're really quite indistinct in the shadowy, swirling mist. One of them seems to topple into the side of the mountain, and the other one, just raining blows down upon it above you. And as you do, you see giant boulders of ice start falling down towards you. Avalanche!
Watch out!
I have
Look
an
out, there's an
avalanche.
avalanche! Everyone make cover! And
Try
you
and take
see
cover.
a couple of the villagers are just knocked straight off the edge as a boulder just completely takes them out. And they go flying off. You think you make out faces in the giant ice. You're not sure if they are almost creatures, but they certainly seem to deviate off their course to try and knock over people. Now you're on a thin path, but
right.
Yeah, is there any way
there
for
might
cover?
be. Sorry.
Anywhere we can
ways.
take cover?
Yeah, there might
Yeah,
be.
can we
You
take
could run
cover?
down. There are different areas. You can try and look for different types of cover.
Yes, we look for cover, and where we can hide, and we can hide these poor people who followed us.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to make some perception rolls?
Can I
I'm
do
gonna
something?
focus
Survival
more.
also, maybe?
While these two look for cover, I'm gonna watch the boulders closely.
Yeah, Donkey
able to
Kong
kind of-
style.
Okay, I get a 2 + 1 3 on survival because I'm totally used to taking cover from avalanches on mountains, and
This is your natural area.
I
isn't
come
it?
from a realm of eternal spring and summer, mainly summer.
I have an idea. So I-
Faradis, yeah.
We think they're creatures, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Can I use command as one comes rolling down towards me and say
Okay.
halt? If they've got some degree of movement of their own.
The boulders.
Yeah.
You
You
can
said
tell
they
the
had
boulders
eyes
is-
and they were.
Oh.
You shall not pass.
Yeah, pretty much what I'm thinking.
All right.
Love it.
You're gonna stand right
Yep.
in the middle and just go halt.
And because I'm so believing in myself, I'm gonna at will shield of faith.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Command. What does command look like for a dwarven god?
I immediately go like this. Shield of Faith surrounds me as a bubble, as if like all, because I have no armor on, the shredding of my shirt falls off as my glowing on my back. There's a glowing rune, or runes appear on the back going down either of my arms
runes.
down to my hands. No, not orc, like dwarven runes. Going down the back, down either of my arms, and I hold out my hammer and I hold it up and I go like this, halt, and just go to strike forward with it. And it's kind of like my beard just goes like large and Goku-like, I guess, would be pretty cool as well.
That's cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
In like,
yeah,
but I
cool.
say it. Here's the thing: I don't say it as I do. I'm guessing I speak in Celestial, like the language of the
Oh,
god.
that sounds cool. The maybe the dwarven, secret dwarven language.
Yeah, like so I speak Dwarvish, but I'm sure that there would be a magical, like a dwarven god of Holt.
Yeah.
And I try and do it so it kind of blocks off the people as they move across, so that it kind of like anything would hit the back of it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not
All right,
selfish.
You step in front of a giant boulder of ice as it comes plummeting down.
And I get hit and die.
You fearlessly step in front of it, and your shirt burns off the back of you as runes of fire arc out, and you see them light up one after the other, except for one rune, which seems to still seems to keep the fires at bay, and ice still holds that back. And your beard just catches a light and springs out into like burning furnace of fire. And you hold out your hammer in front of you.
But it's not my
and
hammer. Huge warhammer now. Just for that moment.
It's a
then
huge
goes back.
warhammer,
cool.
which seems to be almost molten in its intensity of heat, and you slam it out in front of you and shout out "Halt" in the secret dwarven tongue,
And I'm
the
gone off the
ice-
mountain.
And then your clone appears. No, and you see the rock, the ice just smashing down towards you, and you straight out into it, and it just shatters into thousands and millions of different ice pieces. And in front of you is just melted water and vapor.
Wow, cool.
And you turn and say, "Get them to safety." Because
I
no one
just
understands you
leg it.
because you're saying it in
That's
secret
right.
dwarven tongue.
Yeah.
But, you know, the intent is still
We got the-
understood.
we got
it's
the
like-
idea.
Yeah.
down the mountain.
The three dwarven gods, we have this like
Grab.
street speak kind of thing, like
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Local, you're at the head of the group trying to get them into some kind of cover, and you feel your hands itching. There seems to be a power emanating from your hands, and the ice inside of your hand seems to burn away for a moment, and you feel a strength that you haven't experienced before in your living memory, and you feel an energy course through it, like you could melt rock with your bare hands.
Oh.
Wow.
What do you want to do? Yeah, well,
Like
how
a
many
path
how many
forest or
boulders are
something.
coming towards him, John? Just two?
Throw us down the mountain or something. Burst us through the air, like fly up with like.
Form a cave.
Yeah, I go into
yeah,
a
form a
rage.
cave, do whatever you want to do.
I go into a rage and I just start pounding the face next to the track and just like breaking the rock open to form a cleft in the rock for
Yeah,
everyone to climb into.
your hands are just
It's a human jackhammer.
cleaving
Nice.
sections of the rock face away. They're just the rock is just like powder. It just bursts off you, and a
that's so
cave, an overhang is formed with each powerful strike of your fist, and you create a safe cave like overhang as these awed villagers run in and hide underneath it as these ice rocks bounce past you. You guys run it underneath to take cover, and last but by no means least strides the dwarf. His feet leaving puddles of water in his wake, and you walk into the cave to wait out the storm, and we will leave it there for today, and meet the end of the whatever is up in the mountaintops next time. Well done, guys.
Eostra's just there, and she's just mouthing to herself,
That was amazing. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Awesome.
fantastic.
So godly.
Awesome.
Oh. All right, well, we'll end it there,
super cool.
and we'll be back
Yay.
after these commercials. Bye.
See you guys.
Thanks for watching,
Yeah.
everyone. That was amazing, John. Thank you.
Yeah, that was so good. Bye.
Oh.